Alright, YouTube. I wanted to do an update on the 340 gallon reef tank. And as you can see in this video, the reflection on the water looks like maybe some new lights. And that's not the only change. I know it's been a long time since I've done an update, and I ended up losing quite a bit of coral due to that pump going out on me. Unfortunately, it dropped the water level, and I ended up adding a new pump and didn't even consider the fact that it was going to pump through the calc reactor, and unfortunately overdosed my tank with calc is the only thing I can come up with, because test kits, local fish stores, I mean, we couldn't figure out what had happened, but something obviously happened. But I didn't lose all of them, lost most of them, a lot of the big pieces, and very sad. And but we're getting there, and we ended up moving, so we're at a new location now. I had to tear the tank down, and unfortunately I'm not able to put the tank back up as of right now, because where I want to put it, I'm actually going to have to remodel a couple walls in the house to get the tank where I want it, and to actually have a fish room behind the tank. And we will have the tank visible from the front and the left and right side, mounted in the wall. So it'll be pretty nice when we get it done. It's just going to take some time, and therefore, since it was going to take so long, with everything else going on, I had to come up with something to house all the corals, fish, live rock, pretty much everything, the whole entire tank, without setting the tank up. So this is what I came up with. Went to Tractor Supply, bought a 300 gallon Rubbermaid trough. So that is what my entire tank is in, plus my frag tank. So the room's a mess. I know there's stuff everywhere. Vortex, the Reef Keeper, RODI, sand, ballast, 40 gallon breeder tank, buckets, PVC plumbing, fittings. I just now put the skimmer back online, and it's going pretty good. Hope y'all can hear this too, because it is pretty noisy, because unfortunately I have the silencer cap. Matter of fact, look there. There we go. Hopefully that makes it better, because it definitely made a difference in here. But also, new lights. I got these probably 4 months ago, maybe. But I ended up going with Radeon Pros, and I did 6 of them to cover the 340. And I like them. I'm actually copying Vivid Aquarium's presets for his tank with the to replicate the 20K radiums, the 400 watts, which is what I had on this tank. Well, not this tank, but you know, the inhabitants. But everything's doing fairly well. As of right now, I can't tell if I lost anything. There is one very, very small cleaner wrasse I picked up that I have not seen yet, and I know when I had him in the other house, he was very, very shy, hardly ever came out, always hid under a ledge, and I have no clue where his newfound hiding spot is in this tank. So hopefully he's still around. But for the most part, everything's doing really well. And what's going on here is this is the return to the pump, and it just sucks down through this grating, goes down, reduces down. This trough already comes with a bulkhead installed. I believe it's 1.25 inches, but I just ran out from there, came out, went to a valve with a union on it so I could take this pump off. Ended up getting a new pump because I was actually building this setup and my tank was still running at the old house, so luckily I wasn't too pressed for time. I was able to move in here and keep the house for a little while I was able to do this. But yeah, runs out, tees off. I have it going a 3/4 inch. I wish I'd have went a little bit bigger. I think I might be hurting the flow quite a bit going 3/4, but it just runs out all the way around. Well, for the most part around. Runs back down, goes back around, goes to that return, which I have off because it's a 90 and not a 45 like these, so it disrupts the surface of the water. Same thing here, the same thing back there, as well as a T, which I just did this today, and unfortunately I forgot to get a valve for this, so I'm kind of adjusting the skimmer mainly with the drain, but I am getting enough water in there, so actually kind of worked out okay. But yeah, skimmer's doing great, lights are doing good, fish are doing good, coral's doing good. It's not too bad. Not too bad. I'd really love to keep this thing, but I don't think the fiance is going to allow that to happen, especially not in here. But what I'm hoping is in the fish room, maybe I can house this as a sump and maybe divide it, have a frag tank, something, you know, come up with something. It'd be nice to use this as a sump. Holds a lot of water. It'd be really nice. But yeah, I know it's been a long time since I've done an update, and we've been trying to move for a long time, and finally we're able to do it. So that's what's going on, and hopefully, I'd say 6 weeks. It's gotta happen. Better happen within 6 weeks. We'll have the other tank set back up, running in the wall, and get everything out of this and back in the tank. But figured I'd do an update, and I know there's not a whole lot of eye candy in here. There's a little bit, but and keep in mind I have the pumps off, but the majority of the pumps off. Nothing really, I mean, too spectacular compared to what I did have, but hey, live and learn, huh? Let's do a little tour real quick. Clams are doing good. I had no idea how big those were until you grab them and take them out of the water. Same thing with the leather. Pretty much it, guys. I plan on doing an update as I start progressing, getting this tank going again. Through the construction, I want to build a still stand and different things like that. But this gives me the time to do that properly without being in too big of a rush, besides the fiance yelling wanting the spare bedroom back. But I think this will work, and I appreciate it. If y'all got any questions, leave me a comment, and I'll get back with y'all. Hopefully the next update on the 340 will be won't take near as long as it has, so just hard to show off what I had to what I have currently. So y'all guys take it easy. Have a good one.